Hello students, let us discuss a very important property of d block elements, that is magnetic properties. The characteristic properties of transition elements are variable oxidation state, formation of complex ions, catalytic behavior, magnetic properties and colored complexes. So these are the important characteristic properties of transition elements. So in this video, we are going to discuss about a very important property of transition element, that is magnetic properties. Magnetic properties. When a magnetic field is applied to a substance, then mainly the two type of magnetic behaviors are observed, that is diamagnetism and paramagnetism. Diamagnetic substances are repelled by the applied field, that is due to the paired electrons, while the paramagnetic substances are attracted by the applied field, that is due to the presence of unpaired electrons. So the magnetic substances we can divide into two categories, that is magnetic, paramagnetic and diamagnetic. Let us take some examples. The substances which have incompletely filled d orbitals, they shows paramagnetic behavior, and the substances which have completely filled d orbitals show diamagnetic behavior. Let us take some examples. Chromium. Chromium, that is a configuration 3d5 4s1. So in this we can say that number of unpaired electrons are present, that is 5 unpaired electron in D and 1 unpaired electron in S, that is in 4s. So they show paramagnetic behavior because of the unpaired electron. That is important here, unpaired electron. If unpaired electron is present, then it show paramagnetic behavior. But in the case of Cr3+, we can see now here 3 unpaired electrons are present, so they are also paramagnetic, but it is less paramagnetic in compared to Cr, because in Cr there are 6 unpaired electron, but in Cr3+ there is only 3 unpaired electron. So it is paramagnetic but is less paramagnetic in compared to Cr. When we take the example of cobalt, in which there is 3 unpaired electron. 3 unpaired electron, but in the case of cobalt ion, that is CO3+, now we can see there are how many number of unpaired electron? There are 4 unpaired electrons. So we can say that both are paramagnetic, and the paramagnetism depend upon the number of unpaired electron. Simultaneously, when you look at some examples of transition element like zinc, which have completely filled d orbital, that is 3d, and which have completely filled 4s orbital. So that is configuration of zinc is 3d10 4s2. So in this case, we can see that all electrons are paired. That means there is no unpaired electron. We can see that all electrons are paired. So such type of substances which having all pair electron, then such substance shows diamagnetic behavior. When you take the example of copper ion, that is Cu+, in which also you can find out there is now all electrons are paired, because copper have the configuration 3d10 4s1. That one electron which is in there in the 4s in the case of copper, that is removed because of it having Cu+ charge. So now we can say that now copper is actually paramagnetic because of one unpaired electron. That is copper is paramagnetic, but copper plus charge is diamagnetic. That is because all electrons are paired in copper ion, but in the case of copper there is one single unpaired electron is present. Therefore it shows paramagnetic behavior. Similarly, in the case of zinc ion, in the zinc ion, zinc form Zn 2 positive charge. In this also, because the 2 electron is lost from 4s. When you compare the two structures, two orbitals of zinc and zinc ion, when you compare it, you can see that now the 2 electron from the 4s is removed. So that also result and in the diamagnetic behavior, because all electrons are still paired. So we can say that zinc is also diamagnetic, but zinc ion is also diamagnetic because all electrons are paired in this. So it is very important concept whenever any transition metal or its ion is given. So you need to find out that whether unpaired electron is present on in or not. So if it is present, then it is paramagnetic. If all electrons are paired, then it is diamagnetic. Most of the transition elements and their compounds show paramagnetism, because we have learned that d block elements, they have usually partially filled d orbitals. So because of this reason, mainly there is a single or unpaired electrons are available. That's why they show usually the paramagnetism. So the paramagnetism arises from the presence of unpaired electron. So these unpaired electrons results in the paramagnetism. So the magnetic momentum can be calculated for the transition element by using a formula which is called as spin only formula. That formula is mu s is equal to under root n into n plus 2, and the unit is Bm for magnetic moment. What is n here? The n is the number of unpaired electrons present in it. So let us solve some problem related to for calculating the magnetic moment for the transition element or its ion. So we'll be using this, we'll be applying this formula. For example, if any transition metal ion have 2 unpaired electron, that is n is equal to 2. Let any transition metal ion have unpaired electron is equal to 2, that is n is equal to 2. So when you apply this in the formula, that is mu is equal to under root n into n plus 2. So what is n here? 2. So 2 into 2 plus 2. So when you solve this one, you will be getting the values approximately 2.84. So that is the way how you used to do this problem. That is for finding out the magnetic moment, we'll be using this formula. So on the basis of this formula, there are some transition metal ions given in a tabular form in the textbook. That is, the calculated and observed magnetic moments are given here. So when you look at this table, scandium 3 plus, that is, there is no electron in D, 3D 0, because what is the configuration for scandium? That is the outer, I am writing 3D 1 4s 2. That is the configuration for scandium. Scandium 3 plus means 3 electron, we have to lose it from this, then it forms scandium 3 plus. So 2 electron, how we remove the electrons? First you need to remove from the outer shell. That is the 4s electron, first it should be removed. So now the 2 electron is removed from the 4s. Now one more electron we have to remove, that from 3D. So whenever you are forming an ion, first of all remove the electron from 4s, that is from the outer one, then only from 3D in the case of the first transition series. So the 3 electron is lost. Now that is the configuration for scandium 3 plus become, that is 3D 0 4s 0. Now the configuration for scandium 3 plus will be 3D 0 4s 0. That means there is no unpaired electron is present in these. because there is no electron in these. So because of this reason, we can say that as the inner orbitals of scandium is fully filled and there is no electron in 3d and 4s, we can say that the number of unpaired electron is equal to 0 for scandium. So when it is equal to 0, so the magnetic moment, that is n is equal to 0, then mu is also equal to 0. Same way, when you find for titanium 3 plus, that is having 3d1. How it comes 3d1? Look at the configuration. Its answer is there in the configuration. That is titanium. Titanium, what is the configuration? 3d 2 4s 2. That is titanium, atomic number 22. So that is 3d2 4s2. But titanium having 3 positive charge. 3 positive charge means you have to remove the 3 electron. Now how we remove the 3 electron? First we have to remove the 2 electron from the 4s, then 1 electron from 3d. So how much is remaining now? 1. So now its configuration become 1, that is 3d1. So titanium, that is Ti3 plus ion, have a single electron in 3d, that is an unpaired electron. What about the other electrons? That is inner to 3d, whatever electrons are paired. We know that after filling of inner only, we'll be doing the filling of the other part. So we can say that there is a single electron in the D, that is 1. So we can say that the number of unpaired is equal to 1. Number of unpaired is equal to 1. Now you'll be applying the formula. What is that formula? That is, in that formula when you apply it, you will be getting the value, that is the value of mu is equal to 1.73. So this is what actually it's very important, and this is in this way itself you have to do this problem. So when you compare these values, that is for these ions, when you compare the values of the number of unpaired electron, that is in this way, so you can see that manganese will have maximum number of unpaired electron, that is manganese 2 plus ion. As we know that the manganese have atomic number 25. So Mn having atomic number 25. So its configuration is 3d5 4s2. Now Mn2 plus. Mn2 plus have how many number of unpaired electron? So from Mn2 plus, the 2 electron you have to remove from 4s. So how much is remaining now? That is 3d5 is the remaining electron. So there is 5 electron in D, and all that electrons are singly occupied. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All the electrons are unpaired electrons. So it have the maximum number of unpaired electrons are there in the case of manganese. That is 5. 5 unpaired electrons are there. That means N is equal to 5. So what will be the value of mu? How we have find it out the value of mu? By using spin only formula. So its value it become, that is after calculation we are getting the value 5.9. Now it is very difficult to do the calculation when you are finding out an under root. So because you have to find out the value, so you have to solve it. So taking under root, it is quite lengthier procedure. So how easily you can come up with the value, that I am going to tell here. So when you look at this chart, N values are increasing like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you can see after manganese the value is decreasing, that is 4, 3, 2, 1. That is for these cases. And when the value of N is equal to 0, at the time the value of magnetic moment is also equal to 0. Now when you look at the value for 1, when N is equal to 1, what is the value of magnetic moment? 1.73. But when the value of N is equal to 2, the value of mu is equal to 2.8. So definitely for 3, 3 point something, 4 when n is equal to 4, the value of mu is 4 point something. When the value of n is equal to 5, the value of mu will be 5 point. So that means no need of doing a calculation there. Once you got a form, the problem related to this one, just put the value of n in the formula and directly you can come up with the answer without doing a calculation. Just you need to remember, when n is equal to 1, your magnetic moment will be 1 point something. If it is 2, 2 point something. Now what is that something? That also you can remember very easily from this chart. For one value, that is 1.7, that is 0.7 you have to remember here, and here 0.8, here also 0.8, then 9, that is 0.9, 0.9, 0.9 and so on. So that means that also you can remember very easily. So when you are getting the value of n is equal to 1, so that is 1.73. So the second digit is not very important, but still if you want you can remember this one. What about the 2? When n is equal to 2, your value is 2.8. So after 7 you are getting 8. Then 3, that is also 3.8. But when n is equal to 4, that is the value is 4.9. You can see 8, 8, here 7 and here it is 9. And for the 5 also it is 5.9. So very easily you can find out these when you learn in this method. So let us do one question. This is one of the text solved question, and in the exam also you will be getting question in this way. Calculate the magnetic moment of a divalent ion in the aqueous solution of its atomic number 25. That means here the element is not mentioned but its atomic number is given. So better we'll be writing as M. M is the transition metal with the atomic number 25. So you need to write the configuration. Atomic number is 25. So what will be the configuration? 3d5 4s2. That is the configuration for the metal. But it is asked for the divalent ion. Divalent ion means it have 2 positive charged. So that means we need to find out for M2 plus. M2 plus, generally we have taken the metal here M. That is 2 plus means you have to remove the 2 electron. From where you are going to remove the electron? That you are going to remove the electron from 4s. So now the configuration become 3d5 4s0. Now tell me how many number of unpaired electrons are there? When you look at 3d have 5 number of unpaired electron. Better you make the box and you can say there are 5 number of, that is 5 number of unpaired electrons are present. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it is 3d7, in that case don't get confused, n will not be equal to 7. In that case just make the box in this way and find it out the number of unpaired electron. Unpair means that is single in that box. So here it is 5. So what we got, the value of n is equal to here. So we got n is equal to 5. So you make to use the formula, that is spin only formula, that is mu is equal to under root n into n plus 2. So when you solve this one, what is n? N is equal to 5. So tell me what will be the answer here. Just substitute the value, that is under root 5 into 5 plus 2. And when you solve it, no need to solve it. I told you directly you can come with the answer. That is when n is equal to 5, your answer will be something 5 point. Now what is that 5.9? So that is the answer. So 5.92 bm. Don't forget to keep the unit bm. So we'll be getting the answer in this way. So what are the type of question will be asked? The question can be in this way, or sometimes the 2 ions will be given and it will be asked that which one is more having magnetic moment. Like for the case of any two ion will be given, like titanium 3 plus and titanium 2 plus, which having more paramagnetic character. That is, that you can find it out which one have greater number of unpaired electron, that will be have greater number of magnetic moment. So when you compare these two, which have greater magnetic moment, that is titanium 2 plus. So such type of question will be asked in this session, and it is very important. Usually question arises from this area. So whenever any ion is given, find out the number of unpaired electron, and on the basis of number electron you can say that it is having greater magnetic behavior, that is having a greater magnetic moment or not. So this is what we have discussed about the magnetic property for the D block elements. So this is all about this video. Have a nice day.